Okay, well, let's go turn the water off. Coming out of the house, feeding all this stuff in the garden. There's a water line, and see that valve up there? I'm gonna turn that valve off because that is what feeds the garden. And below it you see a backflow preventer to keep any contaminated water from backing up into your water system. I'm gonna turn that valve off. Get up in here. This is underneath the deck. Ow. All right, that just turned the water off in the garden. Got all kinds of traps around here. This is what I'm stepping out of. All right, so let's see, how are we going to drain this? That's lower than where I'm going, but we can start relieving the pressure anyway over here. Ain't much coming out of there because, like I said, there's other stuff. All the rest of that's lower. And guess what? There's nothing lower that I can cut. I mean, that I can open. So, let's cut the cap off and let it drain. Cut it down here so I can glue this piece back on somewhere else with the cap. Are you watching this? I don't know where I'm pointing it. There we go. I hear it hissing. There it comes. Good place for it to go. It's right in the drainage. What's happening is all this water up here is coming out down there. Let's go give it some air. Let's go give it some air. You hear that? I'm going to make something like this down at the bottom, this post for the water. Only I'm not going to get this elaborate. This one has the pipe on the inside of the post. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to put the pipe on the outside. Getting too old for that stuff. I need to open a faucet that doesn't need to have me hold the nozzle. Let's try this one. Open this valve. There we go. You hear it? It's draining. Big step right now. This is all going to get covered with rock. We're going to put the curb there like I told you, I don't know, 1 or 2 videos back, and this gets dug down only enough to be the right level for 6 inches of rock to walk on. And that's going to start in about a week, all that work. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off now. Fill in that rock so I can start running these pipes up this trench. All right, talk to you in a minute. Well, there's a start. Sorry I didn't show you any more. I got distracted. Company showed up. More companies gonna show up. I had to hurry up. So anyway, here's where we are right now. You see those two water lines have elbows on them and they're headed where they need to go. That one's sticking up there because Mama wants a planter box here, and that's irrigation. That's tied into some sprinkler valves over on the other side of the yard, so that can give her a drip system in her planter box or whatever. The other one right now I didn't have any more couplings, but I did have elbows, so I put an elbow and the cap back on it so it can dry. If I need to turn it on tomorrow, the glue's dry enough. But it needs to go further. It needs to go over to this corner. I'm going to put a steel post in this corner and run a piece of copper up the post and put a hose bib there. And then that wheel you see over there, right there with the hose around it, is going to go on an arm sticking out of the side of this post that I'm going to put right here. I'm going to put the post closer to the corner and then put an arm off of it, coming off of it, and hang that wheel on it, and the hose can go on the wheel again. Anyway, that's where we're at. You see the gray pipe sticking out under there. That's got to continue over. I'm going to wrap it around the corner here and put it another box over here someplace. And like I said, when I'm ready, I'll put a transformer over here and feed some low voltage lights with this wiring. So that's where we're at for now. Got to go get ready for company. Kids and the grandkids coming for dinner. Turkey's on the Barbie. Garage doors are going here tomorrow morning, or tomorrow. It'll be most of the day, probably. One there and a new one there. That door is about 37 years old. So it's time for a new one there. You notice the Model A is moved over out of the way so the guys can come and work, see where the track ends up, and the Model A's past it. So they have all this space to work, hang the new door, build and hang the new door. So hopefully we'll get some of that when they're doing that tomorrow. I'll show you that. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye.